everyone. Today we will be talking about classroom rules and expectations. For a long time, I've known that I'm going to need to have rules and clear expectations in my classroom so that my students know um, what's expected of them, how to behave in class, what are the do's, what are the don'ts, just so I can have good classroom management and I won't have to revisit problems down along the year. I've always known I'm going to have classroom rules, but my questions were, what types of rules should I have? Are classroom rules really that important to have? And should students be involved in making these rules? So I went through and I researched all types of things on classroom rules, expectations, should students help make them, what types of rules to have, how many rules should we have, and I came up with several conclusions on that. My first one was with Marzano. So I read a lot about his classroom management theories and what he thought about classroom rules. And well, it turns out that he thinks classroom rules are the key to having good classroom management. So he feels that you should connect rules to classroom behaviors that you want to see or don't want to see, procedures, seat work, whole class work, basically anything you have a rule or expectation for, make one. He also thinks that teachers should make the rules with their students. That way students feel a part of the process and they're more likely to abide by the rules because they helped make them. Another key thing he mentioned was that when making the rules with your students, that you and the students all need to agree on the rules. That way they're more likely to follow them and they feel committed to the rules because they helped make them, they agree on them. It's kind of like a contract you make with them. So yes, make the rules with your students, and they are the key to classroom management. Another thing I read about was, let's see here, making simple rules. So a lot of teachers have lengthy rules that are like maybe a sentence long. You want to keep them to like a couple words long at most. So for example, this one I have here is feet on the floor. So it's only 3 words long, it's very self-explanatory, straight to the point, and students know exactly what needs to be done. They need to have their feet on the floor while they're sitting at their desk or standing. Also use like a bold font so they can clearly read it, and use student-friendly language so they can understand what is to be expected of them and what the rule is. Also, next to the rules, to keep it simple and student-friendly, you could have like a little clip art image. So here's one right here for a thinking brain. That way students who are more like visual learners, they can just refer right to the little clip art image and pretty much know exactly what they should be doing. So that keeps it simple and student-friendly. The last thing I found in my research on this was connecting rules to specific behaviors you either do want to see or don't want to see. So for example, let's see here, sharing with others is a specific behavior I want to see my students doing. So I connected that to a behavior I want to see. Let's see, for procedures, raising your hand, I connected that one to a procedure, that way they all know. If I want to share something, I just raise my hand. And I can refer back to that if students aren't doing that. We go back, remember, we always raise our hand. Here's what it looks like. So yeah, keeping your rules simple, connecting rules to specific behaviors, procedures, and making your rules with your students is my main 3 takeaways. I really think the most important one is making your rules with your students. I've really seen that in action and that it works and students love to be a part of it. And I even see them reminding other students like, hey, remember we're supposed to do blah, blah, blah. So I really think that's a key point to that. With my poster, I made it so you can take these off. They're Velcro. That way, like if it was the beginning of the school year, I'd probably have all these taken off so it's blank, and then have a big pile of a bunch of different rules that students might want to have up there, and we can create it together then. And maybe put them in order from most important to least important, not that none of them aren't important, but that way the first ones are key points that I really want students to follow. I also like that I can take them off because as the year goes on, the rules might need to change or evolve into more deeper rules. So I think it's great that You can take them off and then also change the clip art with it. And students can also come up and do it too, so they're really a part of this process of making it with you. And if I don't have a rule in my pile that they want, I can always go home that night, type it up, and print it out so it's ready for the next day. Another aspect to my poster that you can't take off, but it's just there all the time, I'll bring it a little closer so you can see, is whole body listening. So all of our rules are part of whole body listening, and this is them being combined all into one. So you can see this picture has labels of what they should be doing. Eyes are looking forward, mouth is quiet, feet are on floor, brain is thinking. So students can see all these different rules in action in the whole body listening. So yeah, I think that creating classroom rules is a great way to have smooth transitions. Students will know what is expected of them, and I just think it'll make your life a lot easier. So yeah, thank you for watching this, and I hope that your rule making goes great with your future students. Thank you.